Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match cast. This is the Aggony 2015 Team Championships for Attila, Group Stage 2, Group number 4. Match between Majutsu and Vim versus Arcticshield Breaker and Isthelion. Majutsu and Vim are part of Arctic, and Arcticshield Breaker and Isthelion are both from Zeal clan, I believe. Yeah, I think that's the case indeed. Now, Majutsu, in this first game, he's playing as the Langobards. Vim is the Vandals. As for the Zeal team, Arcticshield Breaker is the Jutes and Isthelion is the Allans. Now, I think that this is a matchup that's good for Arcticshield Breaker and Isthelion just because they have Jutes and Allans versus Langobards and Vandals. And, well, Jutes are Jutes, which are like possibly the strongest faction, maybe tied with like Burgundians, I guess. But anyway, let's put it in slow motion and see the build. So I guess I'm gonna start with the Zeal team first. So for Arcticshield Breaker, who is the Jutes, have Nordic Warlord General over here. With what else do we see? What do we see? How many Huskarls? So 1, 2, 3. Does he have Brace on his gen? Yes, he does. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 3 Huskarls in the back and then 2 Royal Huskarls up front. So only 5 Huskarls? Yeah. These are 2 Royal Huskarls, bronze 1 up front. So only 5 Huskarls. Very, very strange that they don't want to bring 6 instead. Then we have 2 Herdmen, bronze 1. Let's see the rest of the forces. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these Nordic bows. And looks like astute Nordic pike units. Interesting. As for Cav, wow, what is going on here? This is a strange Cav contingent. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Nordic Horse Lords, 3 bronze 1, 1 is gold 3, wow. Then 2 of these Cav units, a Viking Raider Cav bronze 1 and a Nordic Mounted Raider bronze 1. Well, as you know, these 2 Cav units are absolutely terrible, but they want the Cav max, I guess. So that would be the build for Arcticshield Breaker. Now for his ally, Isthelion, who is playing as the Allans. He has, let us see, where's his build? So there it is. Alani General Gold 1 with, I believe it is Brace. Then we see up front 1, 2, 3 Germanic bows. That's it. Supported by 2 Germanic pikes, bronze 1. Then we have, let's see, more of these Germanic archers, it seems. 1, 2, 3 Germanic archers in total. Then we see, obviously, oh, let's see. So 2 Nobilani Cav on the left. Looks like 1 is bronze 2. 2 are bronze 2. Then on the right we have 2 Nobilani Cav as well, also bronze 2. And 2 of these Sarmatian Cataphracts, bronze 1. That would be the Cav contingent for Isthelion. Now his infantry, let's see, he has some elite Agathyrses, I believe. 1, 2, 3 elite Agathyrsi warriors, bronze 1. Then we see, no, make that 4 bronze 1 elite Agathyrsi and a Sarmatian warband, silver 1. Now for the RTK team, let's see what they have. So I'm gonna go over the Vandals first. That is Vim. See these 2 Royal Suebi Cavalry on the far right. Then we have a bunch of Nobilani Cavalry, I believe. So 2, 3, 4 Nobilani Cavalry. Looks like they're all bronze 3. And let's see, we have 4 Royal Suebi, so 2 over there, and I believe another one here, it seems. Yeah, and 2 more here. And also 2 of these Germanic Lancers. As for the infantry, though, of the Vandals, well, we see 3 of these Germanic pikes in the center. Where's the Vandal General, though? There it is, the Vandal Warlord with Brace, obviously. Any more units the Vandals have over here? Doesn't seem so. Then the Vandals. We have any skirmishers over here? Probably. Okay, so it looks like 4 of these Germanic archers. Make that 5 actually, so a huge skirmish advantage for the Vandals indeed. Then we see, ooh, oh, that's not a Vandal unit. I don't see what Vandals have extra. Where's their actual infantry contingent? I don't see any Vandal Berserkers, which is honestly a little bit weird. I wonder if I'm not looking properly, but I just see Clubmen. I guess we didn't see any Vandal units, no, because I mean the Vandals need to bring Cav, because Langobards can't really bring too good Cav. So I guess that's the build of the Vandals. Now for the Langobards, though, let's see. What do we have? The Redoubtable Chieftain General, probably with Brace, indeed. Then we see this Germanic Crossbowman here. We have a bunch of these Germanic Hurlers, looks like 3 of them, with a Germanic Archer over here. Then we see, what kind of Cav do we see for the Langobards? No Cav over here, apparently. But we have 2 Horse Layers, Bronze 1 on the right, 2 Horse Layers, Bronze 1 on the left. We also see 2 Noble Germanic Horsemen, Silver 1 on the left, with another one, it seems, in the center over here. Another Noble Germanic Horseman, Bronze 1. And a bunch of these Scaled Clubmen, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Scaled Clubmen. Looks like 3 are Bronze 1. And now let's just fast forward. Oh, the Alani General is so far back, interestingly enough. Looks like there's going to be a skirmish engagement over here. And already some nice shots into the Horse Layers. Did not kill anything, so I guess they dodged the volleys. Very nicely done there.
Enemy units have been
Arctic, I guess. Looks like there's going to be a skirmish engagement here. And this one should favor the Germanic Hurlers, but it looks like they were they're targeted by the Germanic Archers. So they took a huge amount of damage. So right now it seems like RTK not getting the best of the skirmish engagement, and these are just Germanic bows, so they're cheaper than the Hurlers. This is a pretty good engagement for Zeal, but Zeal must make sure that the general isn't so far behind, because that's a little bit weird. Definitely will probably see the Jutes attack though, because they have Huskals and such. Thing is, their cavalry is pretty weak, so they need the superior Alani cavalry to come into play to help them against the Vandals. Yeah, these bows are pushing up a little bit too far for the Jutes, as you can see here. And it looks like now they might be engaged by these Germanic Lancers. They're going to pull back though, because they don't want to get into these bows and then get killed by Noble Alani Cav. That's a good move, of course. Let's keep fast forwarding, because it looks like this game is going to take a long time. As you can see here, the Germanic bows and Germanic archers have done a splendid job. Thing is though that the archers here have used a lot of their ammo, whereas the archers of RTK still have plenty of ammo left. As you can see, basically this one is full, but these Germanic bows have used up most of their ammo, so have these archers. I like the Scaled Clubmen here, just trying to waste as many arrows as possible, especially as they're now in shield wall, so they will just be very, very tanky units. I don't know how long it's gonna take to... Wow, look at this missile block chance. 75 missile block chance. 68 armor and 147 health. Good luck targeting that unit down with skirmishers. The only thing that could do any real damage would be javelins, but it still wouldn't be worth it against the Scaled Clubmen, honestly, unless you can shoot their rear. But yeah, that's good luck. Like, let's look at the stats again, because this is pretty insane. Let's see. They're very tanky. Wow, look at that. 59 melee defense, 68 armor, 147 health, 75 missile block chance. Good luck. Good luck. And that's just such an insane unit, honestly, the Scaled Clubmen. I like them for 2v2s, especially. Looks like there's going to be an engagement here, though. Ooh, mistake here with the Royal Suebi Cavalry, but looks like they're actually going to get into the Elite Agathyrses. And this Cav charge going to make it into all these units here. Very nicely done by the Langobards. Another Cav unit coming in here as well. There's going to be an engagement here, but Huskals getting charged by the Germanic Lancers. They're going to hit the Huskals and do a lot of damage to them with that rear charge, as the Huskals were pulling back. But here, as you can see, the Agathyrsi dying, these Sarmatian Cataphracts dying, infantry support coming in soon for the Langobards. They need to send in those Horse Layers right now to just destroy the enemy cavalry, because Horse Layers just absolutely destroy enemy cavalry, as you can see here. Doesn't show their bonus versus Cav, but they have insane bonus versus Cav anyway. So this Noble Line of Cav gonna die very quickly now that the Horse Slayers are engaged here. It's gonna be an engagement here, but this is a huge mistake with the Horse Lords. They're gonna end up dying to this Germanic Pike. That's not what they want to do. Over here, it looks like the archers of the Allans are pulling back because there's a lot of enemy Cav here. They're gonna start targeting the Vandal Warlord. Ooh, Vandal Warlord is in some trouble here, getting hit by the Pike unit. That's not good. Pike unit here is in a very good position. As long as it repositions to fight against all these units, it can do well, except for the Scaled Clubmen. Scaled Clubmen going to destroy the Pikes. Here you can see the crossbowmen activating their precision shot and quick reload, destroying this Nobilani Cav unit. That is insane. All these missiles just getting rid of this Nobilani Cav so easily. Over here, as you can see, the Alani General is engaged, and I wonder how many kills he got on the charge. Not a lot, it seems. But here we have the Nordic Horse Lords coming in, and friendly fire though with these Germanic archers. They need to be targeting this blob instead right now. Over on this flank, as you can see, the Royal Suebi Cavalry going to get rid of this Nordic bow. And this Nordic Mounted Raider, no chance against Royal Suebi Cavalry, as you can see. Here the Horse Lords are going to beat the Germanic Lancers in prolonged melee. Skeleton Clubmen here going to lose to Huskarls. But there's still a lot of units here for the RTK side. Lots of Cav over here, as you can see. So they're going to engage against this Nobilani Cav, which they should be able to beat. This Royal Huskarl could get charged by cavalry now, and that would be massive if it is. We still have extra Cav here for RTK team. Horse Slayers coming in. Got a lot of kills already on the enemy cavalry, and now they're gonna kill this Horse Lord as well here. This Huskarl here is not doing as well against the Clubmen, honestly. Are the Clubmen in shield wall? Looks like they are, and that's why they're trading so amazingly well. They have like 102 kills. That's amazing. Over here, as you can see, this Viking Raider cavalry is pulling back, but we have another Cav charge here by the Royal Suebi Cavalry into these Horse Lords. It's going to do insane damage. As for this flank, this Horse Slayer here just doing so much work, as you can see. Just destroying this Nordic Horse Lord, but I don't know why all these cavalry units are engaged here. Honestly, just only these two units needed to engage here. This cav unit could have been free going and hitting the rear of these units, but as you can see, it's looking horrible right now for Zeal, as their entire melee line has collapsed, and these Scaled Clubmen just proving to be so worth it for RTK right now. And I really liked their attack, honestly, because they got into the enemy melee units very nicely with their cav. And here it looks like there's a similar thing. Look at this Royal Suebi Cavalry getting all the kills. This unit has died here actually to Nordic Mounted Raiders, interestingly enough. That's pretty funny. That happened, so I guess that's good for the Mounted Raiders. But as you can see here, all these units are now going to die for Zeal as RTK just mops up the remaining forces. This Royal Huskarl gonna get charged by Noble Germanic Horsemen. All these units are engaged here, and Scaled Clubmen again in shield wall. Very nicely done by the Langobards here. We're gonna have Horse Slayers charging into the Herdmen. They're gonna do pretty well, especially with support. Just not a lot of units left here on the field for the Allans and the Jutes. So yeah, the Allans got attacked and got destroyed because there was an advantage for RTK on that side. Especially during the micro, like definitely RTK handled this way better than Zeal, I must say. And I mean, RTK has always been known as like one of the best clans in team games, honestly. Like definitely top 2 at least. It's very hard to I don't know if are many clans that could stand up to RTK in 2v2s. I'm speaking in not necessarily in Attila, but like overall throughout Total War's history. Let's see here, this Noble Cav gonna get shot by the Germanic archers with flaming shot, so it's gonna do some damage, but this archer gonna go down here. This archer unit. Oh, I'd hate to be an archer unit that's charged by cavalry. That's not what you want to happen. If you're in an archer unit, you just want to be standing behind your troops and just shooting at the enemy and just being happy that you don't get shot yourself. Yeah, probably being on the front line would be terrible for you. Like, the other thing you'd probably want to be is a general. But you don't want to be a general, an infantry general in Attila, because that would be bad, because you surround yourself with like the most useless troops, like the Nordic warlord here. So let's see the stats for Isthelion. As you can see, the Aggony didn't do really well because they got charged. Nobilani Cav not doing well at all, as are the Summation Cataphracts, the Lani General either. So as you can see, Isthelion's troops not effective at all because they just got outnumbered and outgunned, I suppose you could say. Now for Arctic Shieldbreaker, he did slightly better it seems, but still didn't do too much here. So you can see the Huskarls not being effective at all as they got charged, and all these cav units not doing well either. Now for Majutsu, let's look at his stats. Yeah, definitely the Horse Slayers paying for themselves here, and Scaled Clubmen doing insanely well here. Germanic Crossmen, lots of kills, 2, and the Noble Germanic Horsemen surprisingly doing extremely well here for Majutsu. As for Vim, let's see, the Germanic Archers here, very nicely done. Even the Pikes doing some damage, they didn't die. But the Noble Lani Cav, insane. Germanic Lancers and Royal Suebi Cavalry, very well done here by them as well. So game 1 goes to RTK. See you in game 2. This is the second game of the match, where we actually have a change. So while Arctic Shieldbreaker is playing as the Jutes and Isthelion is now the Allans, Majutsu and Vim have once again changed. It seems like they like to do this between games. So now Majutsu is playing as the Vandals, whereas Vim is the commander of the Langobards. So I'm gonna go over the Zeal team first, once again, because it's easier since Arctic Shieldbreaker sent me the replays, I believe. Or was it Isthelion? I don't remember. I do not remember. Yeah. So, the game has loaded up. I'm going to put it in slow motion, whoops, and go over the builds. So, for Arctic Shieldbreaker, who's the Jutes, we have Nordic Warlord General as before, with Brace, I imagine, indeed. Then we see, how many Huskarls? Let's see, we have 1, 2 Huskarls vanilla, like that, 3 vanilla Huskarls, a bronze 1 Huskarl, and 2 royal Huskarls, bronze 1. Then we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 Horse Lords bronze 1, and a Horse Lord gold 3. Wait, 1, 2, no. Yeah, 3 Horse Lords bronze 1 and gold 3, 1. Then some mounted raiders, 2 of them bronze 1. We also have a single, no, 2 of these Nordic pikes, again 3, 4 Nordic bows, and let's see, a single herdman bronze 1 on the field, and I believe that is the build of the Jutes. Now for the Allans, let's see, where's the general? Here we have the Alani General, gold 1 with brace. Then we have, let's see, the Cav contingent, 2 Summation Cataphracts, bronze 1, probably some Noble Lani Cav as well, 1, 2, 3 Noble Lani Cav. Where's the 4th? Definitely there has to be a 4th. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4 bronze, 2 Noble Lani Cav, as you would expect. Then on the field we see for the skirmishing contingent 1, 2, 2 Germanic bows, at least 3 of them, and then I believe 3 Germanic archers in the back. Indeed, that is the case. We also have 2 Germanic pikes, bronze 1. Also some elite Aggony on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4 elite Aggony on the field, and I believe a Summation Warband silver 1. So that is a similar build as to what they have brought before. Now for RTK team, I'm gonna go over Majutsu's composition as the Vandals first. So let's see, he has on the left flank 2 Noble Lani Cav, bronze 3 with 2 of these Royal Suebi Cavalry. For the rest of his Cav, 2 Germanic Lancers here. Then what else do we see? We see his general here, Vandal Warlord with brace, as you would expect. Rest of his cav, probably the rest is here. Yeah, indeed, 2 Royal Suebi cav on the right with 2 Nobilani cav bronze 3. Then we see, what do we see for the rest of his forces? So 3 Germanic pikes in the center, not a bad choice at all. Pretty decent stuff. Then we have, he actually has brought a lot of Germanic archers again, so 3, 4, 5 Germanic archers as the Vandals. So what kind of infantry though? If he's brought any besides the pikes, doesn't seem so. Interesting. So I guess that's the composition of the Vandals. It's a very good one. Now let's go over Vim's build as the Langobards. So he has Redoubtable Chieftain bronze 2 here with brace as you would expect, with a Germanic crossbowman and looks like a Germanic archer and 3 of these Germanic hurlers. Now I have 2 horse layers on each flank, I believe. No, it's 2 are on in the center. No, we don't have horse layers here. Just 2 horse layers on the right. Huh, interesting. And then a bunch of Scaled Clubmen in the center. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Scaled Clubmen, bronze 1 in the center. Pretty good holding force. And we see 2 more horse layers being sent to the right, so no horse layers on the left. Interesting. So they just want to go on this side, and I guess. Just 4 horse layers, bronze 1. Pretty insane contingent. We also have some noble Germanic horsemen, as you would expect. 1, 2, 2 noble Germanic horsemen, bronze 3 over here, with 2 more over here, also bronze 3. So it looks like they didn't really change their builds either. Nordic mounted raiders trying to skirmish, it seems. They're both bronze 1. I don't know if I noticed that. Looks like this game is going to take a long time though, 25 minutes. There's just going to be a lot of skirmishing, I guess. It's going to see here the Germanic archers targeting, I believe it is the enemy pikes, so, but they're hitting the units behind as well by shooting at the pikes. So look at the pikes, then look at the Germanic archers and the elite artillery dropping behind them as well. But looks like this is just going to be a huge engagement. I mean, if these guys get targeted, the units behind will get shot as well. Just look at the pikes dropping as the bows are too. The bows not as much because they're not getting targeted themselves. Seems like the pikes are getting targeted and hitting the archers behind as well. So not bad at all, but I don't know why they're pulling back here, because they definitely have a skirmish advantage with the Germanic archers. They have the hurlers in front to soak up the damage. They could be using them, and then the archers could be targeting these units and also hitting the archers behind. I think that would be a very cost-effective trade for Arctic. Not sure why they're not trading it, taking it. Nordic bow here, getting hit in the rear, very nicely done. And honestly, I would be using standard shot right now instead of flaming on the Germanic archers, like is the case here. So it looks like 1 more volley and then a pull back, but I wonder if this is effective, because now they're getting shot in the rear. Well, these units are targeting those units, but yeah, they need to start targeting the pikes maybe, because they're wasting a lot of volleys onto these Scaled Clubmen, which is a horrible idea actually. They need to turn off fire at will. Looks like they did. That's a good move, because if they were to fire at these Scaled Clubmen, just purely wasted volleys, that's exactly what it would be, because they're all in shield wall right now, just moving up slowly and steadily. So over here, let's see some Nordic mounted raiders with Nordic horse lords as well. Let's see. More of these Germanic archers on the field, which could be used aggressively and annoyingly for sure. So here we have the noble Germanic horsemen going for the bows, but there's cav to support here, so this is going to be a good engagement for the Jutes if they were to take it. And they got a free shot off onto this noble Germanic horseman. Another flaming shot as well, just doing so much damage to the noble Germanic horseman. Not really killing anything, but the HP damage is really worth it. Just a lot of skirmishing going on, but I really like what the Langobards are doing here with the Scaled Clubmen. That's a really nice thing to do, honestly. And then with the pikes just also covering, they can just cover so much ground with the pikes and make sure that they don't get charged. That's a really good tactic for team games, honestly. Whereas Zeal, they do have some pikes too, but they don't have other good holding units, so to say. Wow, this is actually an overextension by this Germanic Lancer. It's not going to trade well here. Horse Lord catches it, and these units do. Noble Anikav making it into the bows here, so now I guess they're going to have to get a charge order on this unit, but I don't think they did, so this is going to be a bad trade for the Vandals. But actually, they're getting into horse layers, and there's no infantry support here for Zeal, but I don't know why they actually didn't charge these cav units into the horse layers, because they could have done it ages ago, right? And those units would have been gone. Looks like they're finally gonna try, but this could be a little bit late. And this unit gets stuck. This is huge, because this unit couldn't get into the horse layers. And now we have the dramatic lancers going for the mounted raiders. Very good there for RTK. So while Zeal had an opportunity for sure to get into those horse layers, they did not take it. And they also don't charge into, they charge into the cav instead of charging into the horse layers. So now what the horse layers are going to do here is, even though the cav's dying, the horse layers are just going to absolutely demolish all of these cavalry units in melee. So that's going to be an extremely good trade for RTK. Over here, as you can see, RTK taking a cav engagement too. This is a gold 3 horse lord, and this is a bronze 1. So I mean, this engagement is not going to go very well for RTK. But this noble Germanic horseman coming in to support this cav fight, so I guess it's going to turn around. But here, as you can see, the horse layer support here doing so much work. Already 20 kills on cavalry units, so it's already very effective. Here we see the noble Ani cav getting charged by noble Germanic horseman. And more units coming in, but some friendly fire, which has to be kept in mind. There's an engagement over here. As you can see, the Sarmatian warband got charged by Noble Lanicap, and they're now pulling out, but not pulling out properly, so they're taking a lot of damage against the Sarmatian warband. Here, there's gonna be an engagement. Looks like the Elite Agatharsi got charged, but this engagement is pretty bad for the Vandals because they don't have infantry support here. Though the Alans are taking this engagement quite horribly, honestly, right now, because that's not how you want to take the engagement. It's just a massive blob of units instead of coming in, surrounding, and then killing those units much quicker. But here the engagement is going to go really badly for the Jutes, and we see the Huskarl here. It's going to trade insanely well against these two cav units, but as you can see here, Horse Layer, 60 kills on enemy cav units, so already this unit has paid for itself. Over here, looks like the Huskarl got charged by Noble Lani cavalry, but it's taking a lot of damage, but actually not the best charge, it seems. But there's still this cav unit here on the field for the Langobars, and now they're using Scaled Clubmen to screen off the enemy units. But this engagement, as you can see, it's going horribly for the Vandals. These units not getting a lot of kills here. Noble Lani cav doing extremely well for itself, though, I guess, but Royal Suebi not so good. So this was an overextension, but definitely at least they're holding all these units for such a long time. But it's more of an issue of the Zeal team not taking care of them properly. Had they surrounded those units, they'd be dead by now. But anyway, over here, as you can see, these units are going to go down for RTK soon because of all the support. Over here, though, this spike unit is not actually engaging properly here, I guess. So it's not fighting. Actually, it is. It's killing this Noble Lani cavalry. But here come the troops of the RTK into this blob. Elite Agatharsi here dying. Looks like this cavalry unit got a charge on it and it's just doing so well right now. The spike unit should be pushed up forward and defend over here, because then it would actually hit the enemy. So it looks like it's pulling out. And I guess the Sarmatian Cataphract is pulling through to get to it, but it means it's going to die on the pike. These two units over here finally died for RTK, but this Sarmatian Cataphract taking some damage from the pike unit. It is massive. Here we see the Vandal Warlord coming in to support. It's going to hit the pike unit and this Huskarl, so it's going to do a lot of damage. But Horse Lord's coming in, so gonna be careful with this Vandal Warlord, especially as it's fighting these pikes from the front, so it's going to take some significant casualties. But here, as you can see, these Huskarls are still going to be able to do very well here, but if the cavalry continues to charge and so on, it might not do very well. The Horse Layers here just doing more and more damage. Still a lot of cav left on the field for... Actually, not a lot of cav left for RTK. So I was wrong. This unit just died. The Huskarls here definitely trading well. And here, as you can see, Horse Layers, no chance against Huskarls either. Still more Huskarls left on the field. But the crossbowman could be important. Looks like it's targeting down this Horse Lord exactly what it needs to do. Here we have the cav charge and the pull out, but it's against Scaled Clubmen, so they're not going to do well. Ooh, and now these Scaled Clubmen going to go into the rear of these Huskarls. Goodbye, Huskarls. As for the engagement over here, as you can see, ooh, the pikes getting killing the Sarmatian Cataphracts here, especially with the Royal Suebi cavalry support. Very nicely done by RTK here. This is a problem though, because we have these two cavalry units, but they're not full, so they're gonna actually lose the Vandal Warlord and this crossbowman in melee. So that's very good for RTK, because if they keep this Vandal Warlord and the crossbowman, I think they're gonna win this game. The crossbowman could win in the late game, and the archers still have ammo, but they're blobbed up, so they can't really fire because they're obstructed, and they're in a massive blob, so they need to not be in a blob to fire properly. Here though, we're gonna see the Scaled Clubmen rear charge, so even Scaled Clubmen rear charge are going to take massive damage, and I think they're just going to go off the field immediately right now. As you can see, yeah, they're just going to be gone, because the rear charge, even against Scaled Clubmen, is gonna do massive damage, as you can see here. Very, very well done indeed. Ooh, what's... Yeah, they had brace on Alani General, not fast charge, because with fast charge it would have died even faster. So here, as we can see, the Noble Germanic Horsemen here going to engage into the Huskarls. So the Huskarls here going to take lots of damage due to the charge. Just look at that charge, destroying the Huskarl completely. This Vandal Warlord could actually go in and finish that unit, but would be a little bit risky, but I don't think it would be enough risky. Huskarl's pulling through to get to the General, I believe, but it's not gonna work actually, because now they're getting hit by 3 units. Well, just the Cav is gonna finish them off the field. So here we see the Noble Lani Cavalry and this Lani General still on the field, which could be massive, but the Jude's pulling back here as well. So definitely not over for Zeal, but I don't think they're in a good position. But these archers again, being massively mismicroed by RTK. Look at this massive blob. I don't know why they're doing that. They just need to reposition their archers and form like a line like this instead. I cannot draw as much as I want, it seems, but yeah, that's kind of the line that you want to form. Granted though, these archers are in the woods, so they're not going to take as much damage. But here, as you can see, these units doing so much damage. It's still going to be 10 minutes apparently, so let's just fast forward this to the end of the game, because it is going to be fairly long apparently. Well, we knew that since the beginning. More engagements could be happening soon. But still, Arctic still ammo on their archers, quite a bit actually. So looks like they routed that pike unit off the field. Still, Scaled Clubman in position here, and the crossbowman has basically full ammo, but it has taken some damage. Though it has enough ammo to just vaporize all of the units that Zeal has left, I believe. So it looks like around 8 minutes left here. Scaled Clubman still pushing up here. But archers getting targeted, and as you can see, a lot of them just died to those missiles. So that's very good for Zeal, but the thing is, the archers still have ammo, and the crossbowman has full ammo. And still some cav left for RTK, whereas, yes, we have some cav. We actually have more cav on the field for Zeal. They're going to have to use them really well if they want to win this, because the crossbowman is just going to finish them off. There still are 3 pikes on the field for RTK, which could be very important in this late game. And still the Scaled Clubman as well. This pike unit routes off the field. Just these Huskarls are not in a great spot right now. These units are all going to start wavering and routing, so the Swivy Cavalry here are going to go in against these units, and the pike unit was in position, so that's why I didn't charge it. But looks like with a bit more targeting, yeah, the crossbowman is ready to support and target. There goes the Noble Lani Cavalry. This is a little bit crazy with the Redoubtable Chieftain, but it's a Redoubtable Chieftain, so it can take the damage. The Agathyrsi is coming in, so they're going to do a lot of damage on the charge to the Redoubtable Chieftain. Well, maybe not a lot, but still going to do some damage. But it's a Redoubtable Chieftain, so as you can see, it's not in shield wall actually, so that's a mistake. But it has 68 armor and 172 health, so good luck doing damage to it quickly. As you can see, it's not really dropping in numbers. It's just so tanky while the crossbow does the damage. It's actually targeting the Warlord right now. So the Warlord is just taking massive damage from this Germanic crossbowman. There's also a quick reload and precision shot activated for even more damage. This unit should go down rapidly as soon as the crossbowman fires another volley, but they decide not to fire another volley apparently. And I don't know why. Come on guys, you can start firing. There we go. I wonder if it's heavy shot. But definitely doing a lot of damage with each shot here. As you can see, the Warlord is dropping very quickly. We have this Vandal Warlord apparently doing a lot of work here. And so is this Redoubtable Chieftain. And now all these Scaled Clubmen are getting charged, but they're in shield wall. Redoubtable Chieftain is gonna go down soon, but all these cavalry units cannot really do much for Zeal. I mean, they don't have a lot of units left. As you can see here, the Warlord just killed off the Germanic archers in melee, but that's not what matters. Wait, where's the crossbows? Oh, here they are, and they've probably done a lot of damage. Indeed, 100 kills, and it's mostly on this Warlord, which is very important, as if the Warlord keeps taking damage, and it looks like it is getting focused. Oh, but here's the Aggony General now. This could be a problem if the Aggony General gets through and kills all of these units. It's definitely a possibility because there's not cav left on the field here. For Arctic. Well, still they have some, but not a lot. And this Aggony cav gonna do well against Royal Suebi until the pikes come into the field. What a cav charge here by the Vandal Warlord. Nice frenzy and brace. This Huskarl is gonna go down potentially due to the charge, but actually it's gonna potentially kill the Vandal Warlord General. Oh no, this is very close. The Vandal Warlord could have died there. Nice cav charge here by the Aggony General. It's going to get into the archers and then pull out immediately without taking damage. They might go for a redoubtable chieftain, but they're just gonna have to continue disengaging, otherwise they're gonna die. Ooh, and they're getting focused by the crossbows. Just watch the crossbows take down those units. So here we see the Nordic Warlord engaged, but without shield wall against the Skeld Clement here. Skeld Clement not in the shield wall either, but do you really need shield wall? No. Warlord going to disengage here, but it's pulling through, so goodbye Warlord. It's just not gonna have a good time here. Just watch it die. Ooh, the Warlord is dead because of that pull through. And here we see the Skeld Clement, very happy with what they've done this battle. Not a single loss on 134 kills. Ooh, but they might die here. Ooh, no, this unit routes off the field, so the Skeld Clement are still very happy about their performance because none of them has died. These Germanic crossbowmen, though, while they've done a lot of damage, they have also died. And this cav charge could actually finish them. So, these crossbowmen, not happy people. Definitely not well protected by these pikes. But the Aggony General does route off the field, and that is going to be game. So RTK is going to take a 2-0 in this series in Group 4. So well done to RTK. Let's look at the stats. So for Isthelion, as you can see, he did better this game, but still not enough damage. His archers and some of his cav, though, fantastic. And this elite Agatha Ursi and the Aggony General, wow. But for Arctic Shield Breaker, see, some of the Huskarls did fine. Nordic Post not a lot, as you would expect. Horse Lords not doing too much, and of course the Nordic Mounted Raiders never gonna be effective. As for Majutsu, pretty decent stats on the cav, not as good as Vim's last game though, but definitely good use of the archers and pikes and his general. Now for Vim though, let's see, Horse Layers doing some damage and Skeld Clement as last game, insane work by them. Hurlers and Crossbowmen doing work too, as did Noble Germanic Horsemen. But anyway, that is game and match, so hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment or subscribe, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, share the video, and I'll see you next time.